Shit, man. So, you ready to move on to the next topic?
Next topic, brother.
Next topic, man. Okay. Shit. Okay. Also, this is actually coming off the backs of some dick riders, man, some fanboy niggas, man, you know what I mean? Since we were just talking about cats on YouTube trolling and talking shit, man, trying to get shit started. This is pretty much in the same vein. I don't know, maybe about a month ago, maybe about 3 weeks ago, I got an email from an individual that told me I need to stop biting Alan Roger Currie style. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to do and say what Alan Roger Currie say you do. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Then he basically starts talking about how me and you had said on one of our podcasts that our non-sexual attention is not free. Okay? And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, man, you know, Alan Roger Currie, he says that. And I heard you guys say that in your podcast. And I'm just like, nigga, I've been saying this shit since like 2004, 2005. You know what I mean? And it's weird that I'm talking about that right now. You know what I mean? Well, actually, I'm actually prompted to talk about it, right? Because I seen ARC's latest video when he was talking about motherfuckers biting his style. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was funny how I got an email, like I said, about 3 weeks ago from a fanboy who thought that me and you was biting Alan Roger Currie style and shit. So, I don't know, is my memory fucked up, man? Or have me and you been kicking this shit, man, since 2004, 2005?
No, that nigga got the buckwheat. That's all it got the buckwheat. Because I'm going to make it really simple for you.
Right.
I'm talking to the critic.
Okay.
I'm going to make it really simple for you. We have been saying for the longest that when women come to us, it's when they're fucked up.
Right.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Women come to us, I'm not their first choice, or we're not their first choice, but we're their best choice. What am I saying? I want to really take my time and say this. When women come to us, shit is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So by definition, when they come to our door, they come to our door seeking non-sexual attention. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
They come seeking non-sexual attention. But what we're saying, if we did a podcast, the podcast, Are You an Emotional Tampon?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that podcast we did?
Oh, yeah.
And there are 3 different types of things you can be. You can be an emotional tampon, you can be a dildo, and you can be a vibrator.
Okay.
When women come to our door, they come to our door seeking non-sexual time and attention. We've always said we're not going to be a bitch's emotional tampon for free.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Being who we are is what puts us on. It gives us a distinct advantage. The fact that we are square niggas. The fact that, and by square, that doesn't mean that we're naive.
Mm-hmm.
We're stupid. Or they're running game on us. The fact that we are square, the fact that we are not hardcore thug gangster niggas, that's what makes us different. So women will seek us out because their situation is fucked up. So when they come and deal with us, they come and deal with us on some non-sexual shit. We say, no, bitch, you don't get to come up here and talk my ear off and unload on me all your problems and then want me to fix your problems and think you're going to go out here without sucking dick and getting fucked.
Word life.
Understand?
Yeah.
That costs when you come for a counseling session with me You come, you want to take advantage of my expertise, my knowledge, my skill set, you know, or you need that hood rat survival pack. That shit costs. You got to pay the toll to the troll, bitch. It's never been free. And here's a clue. We call that power tricking. You understand? Because they're coming to our door seeking something that they can't get from any place else. You want your Dr. Phil moment? Gotta suck a dick.
Oh, shit, man. Niggas don't believe it's possible.
It's possible. You want your doctor because women just want to talk a lot of times. They need to vent. And when women vent, they tend to open themselves up. They tend to become vulnerable. The more they vent, the more sexually vulnerable they become if they're comfortable. If they're comfortable and they're in a no judgment zone. Women's sexuality, that shit, because they will cock their legs open in a minute. You understand? But you have to let them know you can't come over here and do that and then walk your ass out of here. It's not going to work that way. You understand? So your Dr. Phil moment is going to cost you some head. You want to come over here and relax and lay up, it's going to cost you some head. You want to come over here, you know, and hide and tell me how bad your life is, it's going to cost you some head. You want to come over here because you ain't got enough money to wash your clothes, you need $20 worth of quarter, it's going to cost you some head. You understand? It's going to cost you. That's the way this power trick and shit works. When they want something of you, it is typically non-sexual in nature. But that costs. These bitches are broke. They don't have any money, ass, cash, or gas. Nobody rides for free. You understand?
Yeah.
Just like you can't jump up and down in them for free. Bitch, you can't come over here and waste my time for free. Them niggas, just like you can't jump up and down in a bitch for free on a consistent basis. You can't come to my door and ask for my time, attention, skill set, and compassion for free. That shit costs. You understand? That's how it works, because when they come to our door, a lot of times they have nowhere else to go. They have nowhere else to turn. You understand?
Yeah.
It is your humanity. It is your non-sexual time and attention that you monetize, that you quantify in order to get that bitch to do what you want her to do. Because you're the only one that's going to listen to that bitch. At that given moment in time, you're the only person that's going to listen to her. Nobody else gives a fuck about her at that point. So when Max shit is a little different. But arguably he does the same, but he does the Dr. Phil moment, but he came in on some, look, you got to put in work, bitch. You got to put in work. You got to make me some money. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to Max City, they knew that they had to bend over and take some dick. They knew that. So it was sexual up front, but what happens is that behind the camera, he get, like he told y'all before, he love his babies. You understand? But involved in that, there's a certain degree of control that's involved in that. And that degree of control is putting a cost, putting value on your non-sexual time and attention. That's how we get this shit off. We get this shit off because the niggas that they quote unquote chose, they ain't even getting a dick from these niggas no more. Or the dick that they get from these niggas no more does not compensate for all the other long range or long term resources or values that they require from a nigga that they want to be with, from a nigga that they really want to fuck with. So as I told y'all before, that nigga with that good stroke game, or the nigga with the good looks, or the jawline nigga and all that shit is cute in the short term. But with the kind of niggas you got out here now, these niggas are being raised by single parents, single mothers. So they have the mentality of these single mothers. So they short-winded. They're not going to stay with these bitches for any amount of time. They're going to drop whatever money they're going to drop in the house if they're using the bitch. They're going to fuck the bitch's life up, and where else is she going to come? She's gonna come to the fat tricks with money.
But wait a minute, but wait, Tony, man. You know, you got to understand, you looking at the glass, you know, like it's half full. Most of these niggas, when you said that, they're looking at the glass as half empty. They're basically saying, well, that makes you the sucker because them niggas had enough sense to drop that bitch and move on. But you the sorry ass simp nigga basically sitting around waiting on the bitch and, you know, clapping your hands and being all happy because, you know, you got the bitch, but
that's a good point. That's a good point. Let me say something about that. The issue is, let me say this: the niggas that they're choosing 9 times out of 10 ain't about shit anyway. And what you don't see is the other side of that. Okay, what you don't see is what, and this is what they don't know. Because they think that these niggas don't pay these women anything. Yeah, they gonna fuck their life up. They fuck their life up because they're irresponsible. Because they ain't about shit, okay? But when they with that bitch, you think that they don't give that bitch anything? You really think that they don't give her anything? 9 times out of 10, they stand with her. And what little they have to give to her, they give to her. And when they broke, they're gone. You understand? So when they come in, like let's take what's the nigga name? The nigga Kevin, for instance, one of your freaks. Now he was a nigga that she chose, right?
Right.
Right. So when he didn't have anything to get that bitch, he went to the plasma center to give his blood to give that bitch while she was still sucking dick.
Right.
You understand? So
wait. You said while she was sucking dick. You need to specify who dick she was sucking.
While she was over there sucking your dick.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
While she was over there sucking your dick.
He was selling blood.
He was selling blood.
She was sucking my dick.
She was sucking your dick while he was selling blood.
Right.
You understand? So what I'm saying to you, even though it's been rewritten and retransmitted on YouTube, the balance of power switches on me. That may be her first choice, but what happens is that the longer that girl fucks with you, we're not giving her beyond anything that we can stand to lose. Why do you think I keep saying I got 75? Because my value, I'm not going to give that bitch a whole lot of money. But what I do give her is counseling. My non-sexual time is more valuable to her than what she's doing. That's why that works. She always go, and here's the killing part. She gonna always go back and fuck around with the niggas that she fuck around with. But what I'm saying is that nigga's value is decreasing. Why? Because she's still dealing with me. The longer she deals with me, the more hooked on me she becomes. The more hooked on my resources, time, and attention she becomes. After a while, what happens is he's fucking her, but he's lost the effect. The thrill is gone. Even when he married a bitch, again, going back to JR, she married. What does that mean? You know who I'm talking about when I say JR?
Oh, yeah, my fault. Yeah. Lost before
she's
a minute.
Married. Yeah, she's married. She's married.
She just texted me too, man. So I gotta work.
She's married.
Want to know when she can come over. She been on my dick this week, nigga. Damn.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's married, right?
Yeah.
That's the nigga she chose, right?
Right.
You still with that nigga, right?
Well, they separated. But they officially still married, though.
They officially still married.
Yeah.
And she's still fucking and sucking, right? Okay. So here's the real truth. These niggas become an afterthought. You say, well, he had sense to leave the bitch alone. The real truth is, they never really leave these bitches alone. And what do I mean when I say that? Because they always need to be around the bitch for something. Because again, they're not worth shit. And what little they have to run game in order to keep the bitch around. He has to constantly figure out what he's going to do for her children. He has to constantly figure out how he's going to pay this bill or that bill. He has to constantly figure out how he's going to give her money. Why? Because now he's been with her so long, he's stuck with her, so he has to go in his pocket. This is the nigga she chose for short-term sexual pleasure, but he is coming out of his pocket more in the long term than I am, because I'm hardly seeing that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But she would rather fuck with me because she don't see me all the time. What you do is you give her an overdose of him so that she comes back to you. So it's not a case of him moving on and her coming back because she needs something. She's up under that nigga night and day, and she can't stand to be around him anymore. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's a situation to where she's tired of that nigga, and because, again, anything that is in abundance, if a bitch is constantly up under nigga, familiarity breeds contempt.
Mm-hmm.
When I see that bitch, it's on my terms. When you decide to see her, it's on your terms. Now, she's super cooperative when you decide to see her, right?
Mm-hmm.
She does whatever the fuck you want her to do when you see her, right?
No, that's not true. No, I mean, she cooperative as shit, man. This the broad that's always arguing with me, nigga. She always arguing. I mean, ultimately, she does acquiesce to a degree, but goddamn, it's hell just getting there, nigga. She ain't gonna make it easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna make it easy.
No.
She
hell.
comes back. Right?
She what now?
She comes back, right?
Yeah, she come back.
She cooperates, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she comes back, she cooperates, and she was cheating when she was married, right? When they were in the same household, right?
I don't want to be talking about her business, man.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell her when you leave, man. I won't get these broads in no trouble, man.
You don't want to tell that truth, okay?
Yeah.
But anyway, here's the point. The point is this. You may say that they're coming after he's used them, but the fact of the matter is they're coming because he's disposable.
Okay.
You understand? It's not the fact that, because to tell the truth, a lot of these niggas, when they talk that shit, they are, not only are they totally hooked on these bitches, because again, they're not worth shit, but what little they have, they'll give it to these bitches. They pay these bitches more in terms of long-term outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just in terms of child support. And low key, what they won't tell you is they love these bitches. They love these bitches just like we do. The fact of the matter is they're not as effective at controlling these bitches long term as we are.
Hey, check it out. Let's bring it back to ARC right quick, man.
Okay.
Basically, I don't know, did you see that video he did?
I saw it.
Okay, I think ARC's gripe is people are using his specific catchphrases. Say what?
They're using his catchphrases.
Yeah, they're using his specific catchphrases for whatever, right? And this nigga who emailed me, like I said, I don't know what the specific catchphrase is, because to be quite honest, you had to hit me to the fact that ARC, he basically follows the same credo we do about the non-sexual attention. I actually didn't know that. I actually had no idea that, you know, he says that his non-sexual attention is not free. I didn't even know that shit. You know what I'm saying?
He said in his video, he don't sit on the phone and chop it up with no bitch just talking about nothing.
Right.
If they're not paying him or they're not sucking his dick, he ain't got no holler for him. You understand?
Yeah.
That's what he said. And that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't come over here, which was the point of my little digression. You can't come over here and chop it up and think that you're not going to pay the toll to the troll. That shit costs, bitch. You know, you don't get to come over here and do that and think you ain't going to suck no dick.
Well, you know, this is the thing with these simple-minded niggas, these fanboys, right? I guess they think that ARC actually invented this tactic and technique, and no one else has ever used it in the history of mankind. Is this what I'm thinking that these fanboy niggas is on? Because I hate to break y'all's heart. You know, ARC is my nigga, and as far as dating coaches and PUAs are concerned, he's the only nigga I really listen to. Real shit. Real nigga shit, man. ARC is the motherfucking straight uncut dope. You know what I mean? But no, he did not invent the concept of non-sexual attention. You gonna pay for that, bitch. You gonna pay for my non-sexual attention. He did not invent that. He may have invented a specific catchphrase for that. You know what I mean? But no, I've been doing this to bitches since 2005.
Well, but here's the thing.
Right.
See, it's horrible in the 21st century that you got to explain common sense to niggas.
Right.
It's horrible. But here's the truth. No man that's worth his salt and value is going to sit up and listen to, no nigga that has any type of value on the dating market is going to sit up and listen to a bitch whine and bitch and complain about a nigga that she fucking and get nothing out of it. No nigga in his right mind is going to sit up and listen to a bitch complain about another nigga, about how another nigga fucked and left her and he don't get something out of it. No womanizer would do that. No dude that's a player gonna sit up and let a woman sit in his face and tell him about the next nigga. That's common sense. No nigga would allow that. And to quote Obsidian, he quoted me, I'm quoting him. If we ain't fucking, you get nothing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's not anything he invented. That's common sense. That's common sense. No nigga ain't gonna sit up and listen to a bitch go on and on about the next nigga, and he get nothing out of it except a pat on the head. Oh, you so nice. You so sweet. You always here when I need you. No, bitch, put these nuts in your mouth.
Oh shit, you're an animal, sir. An animal.
No, nobody does. Nobody does that. Nobody does. You know, and then here's the killing part. That if you get your Dr. Phil moment and they you put your nuts in their mouth, then they have their nigga come and drop you off drop them off or pick them up from your house after your nuts just came out of their mouth. You understand? The nigga they chose or in love with, or the nigga that so-called slided and put them back in the wind. You understand? Because here's the truth. The balance of power, it's a shame I got to steal back my own phrases. The balance of power switches. The balance of power switches the longer you in a situation with the nigga. See, it's not that he gets what he wants and leaves. No, he just changes his place in rotation. He's not a priority anymore. You are. Why? Because you put value on your non-sexual time and attention. Going back to ARC.
Right.
That bitch knows she can't come and just lay up on your sofa, you know, without putting in work. Think about it. Back in the day, what bitch can come to you that didn't put in work and say, Big Mike, you think you can loan me a 20? No, bitch. You better put in some work. You ain't put in no work here to get them kind of privileges.
If you would like to listen to the rest of this podcast, please direct yourself to my Patreon, www.patreon.com/MaxCityLimits. Once again, www.patreon.com/MaxCityLimits, or look into the description box and in the comment section for the link. This is where you will find past classic shows with me and Tony Maceo, and as well some new programs that have not been put out to the general public on YouTube. So once again, if you would like to listen to the rest of this podcast, please become a patron for the full show, as well as past classics and new productions as well. Well.